All right, here we go. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
You going to go first or me? 'Cause I can't shit on it.
You can't shit on
I
it?
don't think I can. To me, you think there's no way. Okay, there's no topping Endgame. This is too big. It's too epic. There's too much. There's too much nostalgia. There's too much payoffs. There's too much. It's huge. It's great. But what they do with Spider-Man is totally unreal.
Yep.
They pick and choose all their favourites from every Spider-Man movie they have, and they have the money to get them. You saw it in cinemas, right?
I did.
Packed.
It wasn't packed. It was pretty full, though.
Pretty full, though. I saw this one in the cinema too.
Right.
Because I couldn't illegally download it. No.
Well, I actually forgot when it was coming out.
Yeah.
And then the week before, I went, oh, shit, that's next Thursday.
Yeah.
So I tried to get on there, but I couldn't get until the Sunday.
All right.
So
you booked out, was it?
Yeah, booked out until Sunday. So
That's
we went
unreal.
like during the day, which I haven't been to the movies during the day in like forever. But yeah, so we went there and went into it. But yeah, it was the feeling of a packed cinema, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. That's the same with when I went and saw it in the cinemas. Who got the biggest pop? Willem Dafoe, Doc Ock, Garfield, or Toby?
Garfield.
Garfield got the biggest one?
Garfield. It was huge, man. And I was like, yeah. And then it's like, 2 minutes later, and Toby comes in and they're like, yay.
Really?
Yep.
It was flipped for me.
Yeah.
Garfield got a huge pop. Toby's was bigger.
Right.
It was massive. It must have been. We must have had different crowds,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When Toby shows up, everyone saw him and they went batshit. And I remember I've been very critical of the MCU, saying that they could be more cinematic. Seeing Spider-Man No Way Home with a feeling like it's a packed crowd and hearing the audience reaction to when the boys come back, that felt pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I think all my cynicism went away. And, we'll go into a proper breakdown of No Way Home later, so we'll just talk all over the place. But Garfield in this one is probably the best Garfield performance as Spider-Man, or my favourite Garfield performance as Spider-Man ever. Because he was my favourite guy in the movie.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
See, I love Garfield, and this, for me, this is what Garfield can do with a good script.
Absolutely.
This is the MCU writing his Spider-Man character.
Yes, totally. Because you know me, I was on board with Corey. Fuck Garfield.
Yeah.
But going into this, it's fuck yeah, Garfield.
You're back
now.
on my side.
I'm back. I'm
Go
jumping
Garfield.
sides. I'm jumping sides, and I'm on board for Garfield.
And see, the internet's all over him now. They want him to get a third
They
movie.
want him back.
And they're like, you want to put him in Venom? Do it. Do it.
Look, Venom's not controlled by the MCU.
No.
Keep Garfield in the MCU somehow.
Right.
Just give him whatever. Keep Venom over here, man.
I was very happy with what they did with Venom in this movie.
Yeah, it was fuck
because
all.
I was worried that he was going to be... There was 5 villains.
Yeah.
And he was going to be the 6th.
Yeah.
And that's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keeping him at the end there. And that's how that post-credit scene happened from Carnage as well. And it's... Oh, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, you're not a fan of him. Well, if you're paying attention to the spell or whatever he was doing,
Yep.
there really was no point in Eddie Brock, that Venom Eddie Brock being there, because he doesn't know Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Right? And so the spell was like, anyone who knows Peter Parker, whatever, who knows I'm Spider-Man, come here. It's like, he didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't have any sort of relationship to Peter Parker Spider-Man at all. So I was fine him not showing up, because I like Venom by himself.
Yep.
He doesn't need to be in the MCU. Keep Venom over here where he can say the F word. I'm fine with having Venom on the side. But back to Garfield. Anyway, he's doing his circle thing, and then show me Peter Parker or whatever. You see the portal open up, and you see the Spider-Man turn into camera. Was there a reaction from the crowd then? Did people know?
No.
Did you know?
I knew.
You knew.
As soon as I saw it, I said Garfield.
You knew it was Garfield straight away.
I
You didn't
knew
think Maguire.
It was like the back of him, and he turned his head.
Yeah.
That was the silhouette of him.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
You
that's
got
Garfield.
it straight away.
Garfield's coming out first. I'm like, yes, more Garfield.
Oh, mate, you must be very familiar with Amazing Spider-Man 1
Oh, yeah.
and 2 to recognise his lanky frame, because I didn't notice until he jumped through.
Right.
Because then you can see that it's like, I think the defining thing is bigger eyes.
Yes.
And
he's taller and slimmer.
this tall, slender Garfield frame.